On the same day the Hortmans lied and stayed at the Capitol, the man accused of assassinating them appeared before a judge. But the hearing had to be postponed, in part because Vance Belter has been on suicide watch and had a lot of complaints about his conditions in jail, complaints that were met with a sharp rebuke from the sheriff. Lou Raguse has details.
Vance Belter, the accused assassin of Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark, appeared in court wearing what's called a pickle suit, an anti-suicide smock that looks like a blanket wrapped around him with Velcro. Belter's court-appointed attorney Manny Atwell told the judge it's been difficult to communicate with Belter because he is sleep-deprived. She said the conditions at the Sherburne County Jail, where he's held on suicide watch, include lights in his cell turned on 24/7, a mat with no pillow to sleep on, doors slamming constantly, and an inmate in the next cell smearing feces. After the judge agreed to postpone the hearing, Belter himself told the judge, quote, "Your Honor, I haven't really slept in 12 to 14 days, and I appreciate the motion to extend this so I can get some sleep. And I would also like to state that I have never been suicidal, and I am not suicidal now." After the hearing, Sherburne County Sheriff Joel Brott fired back with a long statement beginning, "It's offensive and disgusting that the man accused of assassinating the Hortmans stood before a federal judge and painted himself the victim." Brott goes on to say Belter's claims are absurd, adding, "Security cameras capturing the activity of the alleged assassin in his cell on suicide precaution show he was resting peacefully with his eyes closed for 7 straight hours, appearing to be asleep, from approximately 10:40 p.m. Thursday until 5:45 a.m. Friday. Sheriff Brott adds that after today's court hearing, Belter again appeared to be resting peacefully with his eyes closed in his cell, adding, quote, "He's not in a hotel, he's in jail, where a person belongs when they commit the heinous crimes he's accused of committing."
Now, that incredibly detailed and pointed statement from Sheriff Joel Brott ended by saying Belter's cell is spotless, he's not missed any meals since his arrival, and he's treated like every other inmate in the same circumstance, adding that it's too late now to complain about the conditions he put himself in. So today's hearing is now rescheduled for the afternoon of July 3rd. Julie.
So you were there in court today.
Yep.
Any observations about Belter himself?
You know, it
The
was
way he carried
odd
himself?
to see him in that outfit that he was wearing. We figured out was this anti-suicide thing, but just very unemotional, expressionless is a good way to put it. The most expression that he showed was when he was emphatically telling the judge that he's not suicidal.
And those lights are on 24/7 because he is under suicide watch, is my understanding from the sheriff?
And the guards constantly make those checks
Right.
to make sure that they're breathing, and that's part of the normal suicide watch conditions there. There was talk at the end of the hearing that they were going to move him from there to still segregated from the rest of the inmates, but not technically under suicide watch anymore.
All right. Thank you, Lou.